Hey folks, I'm back with a new video to show you my way of playing champion class here at Volia server. So why do I actually play it? It's because I love to play warrior classes in several games. But back when I started my first MMORPG, I've always played mages just for dealing big damage at range. But things changed when my uncle introduced me to the Dark Souls series, and so I started to become more comfortable in melee fighting over time, until I reached a point of addiction into melee battling somehow. Well, yeah, and now here we are. So to start off, I would like to show you every skill this class has to offer, and also doing a tier list for all of them. Here we go! Also, if you're wondering why I have other skill colors and all that that I will be using in the whole video, just go here to options and scroll all the way down here and click on hide new icons. Then you need to click on OK and restart the complete game. Alright, the first thing you should do is activate the chain combo, because normal combo, yeah, could look like this. Not very effective. So with the chain combo on, let's check out the first one. Ah, I got interrupted. Oh, pretty decent. Time to check out the second one. And you can charge it. Boom. The third chain combo is this one. It also has a dash at the end, and you can maybe surprise some people at PvP. You do this and then cut down at the end, so you can travel a great distance with that. The fourth chain combo is one of my favorite ones. Just spam the Y button. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah. And the last one, just for completion. Oh, I did it wrong. And again. Oops. Yeah, that was it. So the first skill in our set is the blow skill. Here in this example at level 5. The levels before only will have reduced damage in PvE and PvP at the modifier. So as the description says, we can hit enemies on ground and knock them down. The reach is even shorter than the auto attack. Yeah. And knockdown enemies can't be hit. So if you see, he's knocked down now. Oh, I really hit him. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, but knockdown enemy stays knocked down, and we don't want this to happen. First skill in the list, and it's completely useless. Even normal attacks are better. Down here, where trash belongs to. The secondo skillo is the cut down the sun. Cut down level 2, just to show you something. So hitting only while in midair. If I stay here and press A, nothing happens. You can only use it while you're in the air. You only need about this small gap to use it. Yeah. Maybe from here? Yeah. So you can jump from walls high up and come down very fast. It's faster than normal falling. And it also knocks enemies down. Looking here, yeah. As you can see here, the jump high is just decent, but you can hit enemies mid-air if you use it. You also don't need to use this the skill button here. You can just press the attack and down button at the same time, and you will perform this attack. And if you jump again, you can attack enemies mid-air with normal attacks. Simple as that. But for showcase, I will skill this to level 3. Yeah, Marco, let's go. I don't need this. And you see, the monsters are flying much higher into the air. I think more levels won't do anything. Not really. Yeah. Monsters are flying much higher into the air, but you need to wait a lot longer to catch them again while mid-air. This skill can be useful, but only in certain situations. And only use it with level 2 because of reasons. Solid B tier. The Stormblade skill has a lot more damage than the skills before, because it was back then balanced for PvE reasons. This skill is level 10 now, so you can skill this up to level 10 if you have the monster cards. At level 5, which is regular, this skill will have a scaling of 900%. I will show you the level 5 option in just a second. So yeah, what will do Stormblade? We will have some type of tornado in red. The cooldown is also very low, which is very appreciating. But as you can see, we can't attack mobs with that, because skill description says we can hit targets in the air, randomly chosen. This only affects if the enemy number you want to attack is higher than the maximum attack number here. For level 10 it is 13, so if I attack more than 13 mobs in the air, it will randomly choose 13 every damage tick I do. So yeah, here we can use the cut down and do our first combo. And the mob instantly died. This skill is very powerful from the beginning on until end game. Stormblade is one of these skills you will use from the beginning on, since its damage is way too powerful, even at end game. Passive is passive, so just take it or leave it. You can do the math here by yourself, just increase the value from level 5 to level 6 and do this 4 more times, and then you have level 10. But in my opinion, not that worth to max out to level 10. Just take it from the beginning on. First passive and nice damage boost at the start, but falls off pretty fast with further progression in the game. C tier. Now we have the air combo launch skill. at level 1. See what this does. Wow, amazing. Kicking monsters in the air, and the hit window is very small. So maybe cut down is even more worth than this one. Yeah, standing right in front and it don't really hit. Also doing this to level 3. Yeah. The mobs don't really fly higher than they do normally. And also fallen enemies can't be targeted. There are way better options to launch enemies into the air. So after the air combo launch, we also have the relaunch. And we can only hit grounded enemies. So if you put something into the air, then you can relaunch them again with that skill. Also nothing special. Bad scaling, but only needs 5 MP. Maybe it's for level 1 to 20 somehow useful, but yeah. I would not suggest this. Same as the previous one, get rid of it. The next skill is the Sword Dance, and the Sword Dance has a specific animation. Yeah, you can just throw a normal sword. Also, if you put more skills into this, the description says that the throw distance will be greater. Oh yes. Now we're going to this point here with the start of the blade, and the end is here at these bushes. Put it to level 3. Oh yeah, it is slightly increasing. And level 5. Yeah, it reaches all the way to here. I cannot tell you if the distance will be even longer if you skill this one to level 10. The only thing that will increase is the small damage. Wow. But yeah, let's see what this skill does to enemies. It just hits them, throws them on the ground, and then they stay up again. This skill is also able to get cancelled if you dash or hit any other key. You can also jump. Jump is most of the times a good way to cancel things if they're able to get cancelled. So yeah, in my opinion, this is more a PvP time thing to catch enemies and annoy them, get them into combos. But at PvE, I don't know. Maybe you can use it to... It is hard to describe. I really would not use this skill at all in PvE because of reasons. An interesting way to hit enemies, but for PvE it is only a waste of skill slots. Also one of the early skills, Hammer Crush. This one does nice amount of damage, also at early game. The cooldown is very low, so you can use it somehow more often. And as you can already see, it has a chance to stun enemies. And the stun chance is increased by leveling the skill up. So at level 1 we have 50%, and all the way up to level 5 it is 70%, and it increases by 5 with every level. So you can hit 95% with level 10, so almost a guaranteed stun, which is again more a PvP thing. Yeah. Also the picture got changed and the hammer got a bit bigger every time you increase the level. So at the start we have 10 tons, now it is 100 tons. Stun is cool, but we want damage, and that is missing here. The next hammer skill we have here is the Blazing Elf. It comes with the same percent chance effects, only with the Blazing Elf effect, which is some type of burn. So again, you can hit enemies, put some burn effects on them. As you already can see, these burn effects do really like nothing. Yeah, so PvE wise, this is one of the worst skills I could find. Yeah, you can also do this skill up to level 10. Then with again 95% of chance to get the burn effect. But this skill has like no power at all. Bad skill, like the one before. And then we have the Ice Cold Heart, which is the last skill of the hammers. Same effect, same percentage chances, just the passive effect is another one. So now we have some kind of freeze, which also decreases the movement speed of PvE targets. The other effects are not applied, so physical and magical defense powers are not decreased against PvE mobs. Also not against bosses. I did a lot of testing with this one. It only decreases a small chunk of defense against other players in PvP. So again, this skill is not really relevant in PvE. Next one, please. And last but not least, we have a small buff skill, Warrior's Bonds, which increases a small chunk of defense here. Yeah, only a few. Damn. Yeah, alright, that was this guide for today, and see you next time. This one is okay, an average buff for the group, and someday a player will survive because of that. Hehe, did you really thought that I just end here? The fun is just starting right now, because now we are reaching the funny skills. Now to go with the Gladiator skills, we will start with our first one, which is Grizzly Power. Here now this is shown at level 10. I will also show you the numbers at level 5 in just a second. And if we buff, we will get attack, because it boosts final damage application and increases the power by 30%. And power is just your strength value, so it will also increase your critical rate, as shown here. Also the attack is getting higher. So the more strength you have, the more attack you have, the better the scaling of this buff is. Increase your crit rate and get damage on top. Go for it. So the next skill here is this passive, 200 sword mastery. Also must have, level it, get an extra increase of attack power, because we can't have enough of this. Level 5 is also shown in just a second. And again, permanently free damage. Now we are talking. Then we have Dashing Blow. You can only level this to 1. And it is the second dash skill here. So if you dash and press X, you have one attack, where the enemy is just knocked down. But you can also knock them up with the Dashing Blow skill and get them serious bleeding effects, which will do like no damage. I guess 33 damage I saw here while testing, so it is not really mentionable. I use this more often than I want to as an accident, but you need to skill it for the next ones. Same with Aerial Blow. Just you can't use it here at the ground. You need to be at the air to use it. And you can only hit enemies at the air. Yeah, if I could land a hit. Nope, I'm too bad for this. Totally just a waste of time. Does the skill even hit? Oh yeah, here it does. But damage is just as good as a regular auto attack. And it is even better to do 3 auto attacks in the air than this useless skill. Just take it to get to the better ones after it. One of the big troll candidates to just fill up your skill bar. Then we have the I'm Gone beer. Also, you are able to level this up to 10. The regular one is at level 5. I will also show you the damage number in just a second. And yeah, this skill is just a kicking bear with some pretty nice damage. Maybe the hits are not that strong, but you have 8 instant hits after you release the key. So if I press A, nothing happens. But if I let loose to the key, like at every skill here, the damage is coming instantly. And also the damage is splitted into 8 hits. So you will get an 8 combo for this one. But only the initial hit is going to count for several passives that will come in later. So, I mean, you can have 8 hits here, but these are normal hits, so all hits will crit or all hits will not crit. That's what I meant. Nice damage and the long cooldown. Same thing applies to the incoming bear. You also spawn a bear and the damage will proc instantly after you cast or release the button. But instead of just kicking and stunning targets, you can also knock them to the ground. And it is not just a knockdown, it is also a slightly knock up. So you can combine this with Stormblade, which I will show later in the combo section. So yeah, damage wise, this one is also able to get level to 10. Level 5 is regular. I will also show you the damage numbers and the attack enemy number in just a second, which is very important. So yeah, nothing more to say. This skill is just pretty good to spam. It has low cooldown. The damage is okay because you apply 3 times the 466% here with level 10. A must-have active skill, low cooldown and nice damage. The next skill in our Gladiator section is down here, the Gamble buff. And yes, it is a buff. It is not an active skill. And just use it. The cast is instantly. And the RNG will choose one of the 6 buffs that are containing there. So for now I have attack speed and aim rate buff. This is also the level 10 variant. I will also show you the level 5 and also all the other buffs that are possible here. Just pause the video there after I will blend it in. And there's not really much more to say. Just buff it and hopefully you get something that you need. Also, you can at any time have 2 of these buffs active while playing solo, because the cooldown time is 3 minutes, but the active time is 6 minutes. So yeah. And if you cast the same buff again, so now I got Artemis, and if I cast this buff again and RNG says, hey, you get Artemis again, this buff will just refresh to 6 minutes. This skill's only negative is that you can't choose the buff you need, so just under S is solid 8 here. Moving on to the next one, we have Stumble Bomb, which is, like the description said, a Warcry. You need to channel this ability, so you can get interrupted while casting it. But you can also cancel the effect itself by running or doing something other. This is what it looks like. Yay. Stun is cool, but not for me, because we need damage. Also, this is not just a stun for 1.5 seconds. It also decreases physical attack power, evade and aim rate. This skill is very popular in PvP because stunning people is a big thing. It also has 100% chance to land the hit, even if your enemy has 1000% of evade and all that stuff. This hit lands every time if it's in range, and only if people are mid-air or standing or they try to roll. But if they are grounded or have this type of mid-air hitting animation, because enemy is stuck in a tornado or whatever, this skill will not hit. And it is not decreasing the 40% of their total evade and aim rate. It also decreases, no, it just decreases a flat amount. So if someone has like 400% evade and aim, and you cast this on them, they will just left back with 360% of both. And not just lose nearly half of the stat. Great area of effects done, but no damage at all. On to the next buff. This one has a big mana consumption. 720 is a lot, but you gain attack speed for this one. I will also blend you in the level 5 version, which is only a 30% gain for the same duration. So you only gain like 10% attack speed from level 5 to 10. Not a big buff, but I already had other skills at 10, so this one was left. Yeah, nothing more to say, just more attack speed. And also buffing looks like this. And it has the same description. Big attack speed buff. Sadly the cooldown is higher than the active time. Endurance is another quite nice passive. Just get a bit more HP, which is always useful because you will die less times. And the very nice effect here is the increase effect of potions. So the potions of HP you're using has a bigger heal effect when you skill this passive. So here for level 10 it is 150%, and I will also blend you in the level 5 effect. Great quality of life tool, especially the potion effectiveness. Solid 8 here. Annihilation is a very underrated skill. Some people don't even try to use this one. So my normal attacks do round about 1000 to 2000 damage. And activating this skill will increase next attacks of me for 40% at level 10 again. This skill is also able to get to level 10. And again, I will show you the level 5 version of this one. So yes, after activating this, your next 1, 2, 3. It should be 5 hits, but 2 times I hit 2 targets, so 2 charges got used while doing one skill. This does not apply to the beer boss, the I'm Gun beer, and the incoming bear. Like I told before, they count as one initial hit, but you get a more combo hit. So as you can see here, I'm doing an 8 combo hit. So if I use Annihilation, which has a boost for the 5 next attacks, this buff should usually disappear, but I use it 1 time, 2 times. I need a single target. 3 times. 4 times. And the buff is still active. and 5 times, and then it disappears. So that's how also some combos will work in the combo section later, because you can abuse this somehow. But again, this is only for single target. If I buff this one and I hit multiple ones, then it should disappear right now. Yeah. So I hit 5 targets. Short cast animation and low cooldown time for even greater big Chungus numbers. The next skill is Wrath of Earth. And this skill looks like this. So you launch targets into the air. It also has some impressive reach, as you can see. But at the end of the screen, the target will only be knocked up and not get any damage. Yeah. So the animation time is high. The damage is not the best, but the range is okay. This is once again more something PvP like, because you block jump for 4 seconds and dashing for 8 seconds for each target you hit. And also nice, the skill cannot cancel. This one is at B tier, only because of its range. You can just kill low HP monsters from far behind. That's it. Next class is Myrmidon, and we start with Sharpness or Blade level 5. This one also increased minimal physical damage by 50%, which is very nice. We take it, so doing more damage in average then. Heaping up the minimal damage shortens the distance between min and max attack, so it is a DPS gain. Small numbers are forbidden as champion. One of the most busted skills is Gust Slash, because of the scaling and the sheer power, because you have 3 rapid combo attack, which look like this. The cooldown is also quite low, which is nice to have. Yeah, the damage is very high, as you can see. You can also attack fallen enemies, so it is nice to clear up a lot of space. Sadly, it has no level 10 skill or any other bonuses, but even level 5 is broken AF here. And it also hits 14 enemies. Another thing to mention is that you can also break up the skill, so you can interrupt it by yourself. As you can see, I just did 1 hit. I can also time it 2 hits, or I let the whole skill just do its thing. Boom, 3 hits. I can also cancel the skill right before it does damage. The cooldown will be still there, but yeah, maybe you need to dodge some enemy attacks to survive or something like that. Biggest damage skill for grounded enemies. It is a must-have and an OP S tier. That skill here is called Berserker Fury. This one is also level 5. And the scalings are as following. You sacrifice 1% of your max HP. So 1% of the actual max HP you have equipped right now. You lose it every second. So after 100 seconds, your HP will be nearly gone. And then this skill is toggling off. So you can't kill yourself with this skill. But surely you will have such low HP that every hit of a monster could kill you easily. But in exchange, you will get a nice increase in attack. Also defense is getting lower, just a reminder. So you're getting punished a lot just for a bit more damage. So activating this one, yeah, will grant me much more attack. And as you can see here, the burn effect, 247%, which is 1% of the max HP I have. You can toggle this off, or you can run with it while doing any stuff. You can get some potions. Why can't I do that? Oh, okay. Wow, that's insane. Before one of the last updates, you could also use the potion before turning off Berserker Fury. So yeah, the cooldown is half a minute. So if you accidentally disable it and still need it, you have to wait to use it again. This is no turn off, on, off. Big damage boost while losing HP. I would only use that against bosses, or if you have an all-time HP recovery with potions or mage shields. Then going on with Magnum Break. This is a skill to launch enemies into the air. Or just kill them. Wow. Next target, please. The cooldown is quite high, but it's okay-ish. Yeah. Just gets the job done by launching them into the air. Level 5 stats will look like this. So it is like Gus Slash 1400%, but only hitting one time. Attack enemy number 14, which is cool. Attack fallen enemies, which is also cool. But the skill I will prefer more is this one. This one's only a small AoE knockup tool. And moving on to the next skill. Here we have Deathbound. And let me show you the debuff you get when getting hit. This one here is Curse level 7 from a level 2 skill. And yeah, stats are decreased. By 28%, which is quite high because also the HP getting reduced for that time. So let me use this on the other char here. You may not see it, but he has 38k HP and now he has 32k, getting a level 10 curse with level 5, and stat decrease is at 37%. So yeah, it's quite high. But I think this is more a PvP thing. But this skill also is a very nice knock-up. Yeah, PvE damage is nice. The only downside is the cooldown with 15 seconds, but it has better AoE than the Magnum Break. And also works on these mobs here. So their HP also getting decreased while getting damage. This does not work on bosses, by the way. And it also has a level 10 upgrade. Yep. So you can decrease the HP even further from mobs and other players in PvP. This one's a bigger AoE knockup with very nice damage. Put it into 8 here. Then we have a passive again, Tech Leader, level 5. And this one is some kind of hidden passive, because it activates 15% of chance while you have Berserker Fury on, or while you use Wyvern Blade, or... Oh, okay, it's just these two skills. So yeah, what happens when this skill activates? It only activates when you get damage while you are doing these skills, Wyvern Blade, or while Berserker Fury is active and you gain damage from any source. It can activate to 15%. Then you get for 3 seconds a small buff here on top, which reduces your cast time and your cooldown by 1 second. So for example, this skill here, or Stumble Bomb, which has a cast time, and while the buff is active, the hidden passive, you can use this skill in an instant without need to wait for the bar to cast. This one here, it will cast instantly then. And also, while it is active, any cooldown you will create while using skills then, or skills that are already on cooldown, will get reduced by 1 second. Although this passive does not proc too often, it comes in quite handy by reducing your cooldowns. So I would put it into B tier. It would be an A tier in combination with Berserker Fury. Whirlwind is one of these skills that do a high amount of damage, and you can get 4 damage tick out of this. This skill also will hit enemies that are grounded. So if you have this scenario here, you activate the skill, he will still take damage. Yeah. Dealing some big numbers in a certain area, only one of a few good DPS skills. A solid 8 here. Now we have Raising Storm. At level 5 you have PvE rating of 500% plus 900, which is quite good. You also have a casting time here, as you can see with the blue bar. If the scaling would be better, this skill, but after you cast it, potential, you summon a wrestler that is dealing lots of damage hits while traveling forward. Yeah, it's maybe some nice boss DPS. And now it is the moment you've been all waiting for. The Wyvern Blade, most broken skill on this character. You summon a blue tornado, and you can also move in this tornado. But you can only move at level 3 or 4, I guess. Before that, you're just standing. Or maybe it was at level 4, you can also attack grounded enemies. But I'm sure you will just level this to 5, and we are all happy. So, just to show, even grounded enemies are taken into the air. So after the Wyvern Blade, you maybe can use Stormblade or other skills that do damage in the air. Scaling is also pretty nice. It's only 750%, but it is doing a 6 combo streak. So yeah, the 750% times 6, then you have it. Lower damage than the red tornado, but it is still the best skill in your setup. Then we have this skill here, Weapon Quicken. You can find it here at the Myrmidon section, here on the right. This skill can also buff party members in range with attack speed. At level 5 it will look like this. You have a cast time to activate. The cooldown is 200 seconds, but the duration is only 3 minutes. So you have 20 seconds without this buff, if you will buff your group with this one. But I would not use it because it has something of a big loss in attack speed. So if you look here, attack speed 167%. If I buff this, 172. So it buffed the 5% from here. And then you also have your acceleration buff, and you think, oh wow, hey, that's a nice boost. And then you buff it, and whoosh, the buff at the top is disappearing. So you can either use acceleration or weapon quicken. And because most party members will have already maxed their attack speed if needed, you better raise your own attack speed by using acceleration. So throw away this bullshit. That one's easy. C tier, because you can buff other party members with that, but otherwise it is completely trash, because it has no synergy with your other attack speed skills. And following up with the last skill of this class, which is Wild Rage. This skill will grant you attack power and crit chance by 18%. This is also final damage. So buff it and be happy. This skill is also level 8, because you can't increase it to level 10 at the moment. So as you can see here, if I buff now, attack and crit rate is increasing. And by getting this to level 8, you need to use the Wild Rage earring, at least the hero variant, to get it plus 3 level. And if I unequip this, as you can see here, 5 out of 5. So you will get less attack power and less critical chance if you're not using this specific earring. A damage and crit rate boost, no more to say where this belongs to. We are now reaching the final section of the skill showcase. And to start off with Death Snatch. Death Snatch is a skill to catch enemies mid-air bring them right in front of you and then stun it. Yeah, looks like this. I grabbed one of the two. And yeah, that was it. Short stun, short animation, but also a very small gap to really catch enemies mid-air. So you really should have a good aim in doing this. The damage is also quite low. Really sad. Increasing this to level 5 will look like this. You can just get more enemies out of the air. The duration stays the same. Only the cooldown is decreasing by 2.5 seconds every time you skill. Yeah, so 5 seconds cooldown at the end here. Too hard to hit anything with that. Also the damage is very bad. There is also nothing more to say about this one. Just invest one of your skill points just to get access to the other ones. Just a precursor to enable the awakening skills. This one here is a must-have passive. Get it to level 5 instantly because you see the results here. At the official server it only grants you the 20% movement speed, but here at Volia server you will also get 40% in attack speed. This is a huge buff because you need both of this, movement speed and attack speed, just for more fluent gameplay. One of the best passives this class has to offer. Our first awakening skill is Death Stinger. Level 5, the stats look like this here. At a small single enemy like these here, you will get around about 4 hits, maybe 3 on one. But the maximum amount of hits this skill can reach is 6. So maybe at a bigger boss or something like that. If you use the skill, you will get all 6 hits. And it will look like this. Pushing enemies in front of you. You can also cancel this skill by using any other skill while the animation is going on. But you can also jump. Just jump out of it. Yeah, nothing more to say here. An okay skill, higher damage scaling would put it into higher tiers. The second awakening skill is called Demolition Charge. But I can tell you the demolition is that minimal. So you can activate this. And then it will charge up. Wow. You can press Y. Just to cancel this. But the damage is pretty low. So yeah, don't get this skill. Don't get this one. It's a waste of skill points and your time, because you will do much more damage at the time you're charging this crap. Also, every time you're doing some of the awakening skills, you will lose your meter here. And after using a skill and not only kill mobs or charging it other ways, you will lose the meter fast. So as you can see here, it's going down rapidly. Another trash skill with inhuman charge time and small PP damage, even for an awakening skill. Then I will show you the ultimate skill of champion, which is called Demolition Bomber. You need 3500 of these ghost points in order to be able to use it. And I will show you how it looks like. Yeah, that was it. While this animation is going on, you can't get any damage. So maybe you can dodge some heavy attacks in dungeons or whatever. Also, you can't use it in PvP. But there are some mobs in PvE that can use a block. So maybe you can finish them with this skill. Have fun with this. Ultimate skill of champion with ultimate bad scaling and way too high animation time. This one is only here because of the invulnerability. So I told you, after you are using an awakening skill, this bar will look a bit different and you're losing 5 points every second. And for that one you have the last skill here, awakening charge. You can tap it once and instantly run or something to cancel the animation and the use. So now you're no longer losing a ton of these ghost points. So it's not like 5 every second, it's maybe, what is it, all 3 or 4 seconds you're only losing 1 point. But by holding this skill you can also fill the bar up by using a percentage of your mana. Yep, now we have a full bar. You can also see the max here. And yeah. Then again, if you're using a skill, you see this here and you want to stop this, just tap it and run in a direction, and this is not blinking anymore. Just because the awakening skills have such low impact, this one is not really needed. I will also advise you to get into any guild that has at least some levels, just to get nice skills like these ones. More movement speed is great. Pure crit, why not? Also a bit damage drop. Minimal attack power by 10% and maximum attack power by 3%. It's also great for more damage. And we have the active skill Adrenaline Booster. So it's a nice 15-minute boost to your attack speed. So now I have 167 and 187. Just a flat 20% on top. And it's lasting for 15 minutes. This is great. Same skill picture as Weapon Quicken, but with much more value. And now thanks for today's sponsor of this video, which is no one. Alright, let's continue. Now it's time to get some combos done here. First of all, we have the cut down and the follow up, the Stormblade. One of the first combos you get in the game. Then second one, it's nearly the same. You just use Incoming Bear and right after that Stormblade, which look like this. Also very important, because the movement speed is a key part here. If you are slow, yeah, you will not hit any mob there. But if you're fast enough, you can go or maybe run to the mid part to hit enemies. Because if you're just slow, you run just a tiny bit forward before you can even hit enemies. Because the incoming bear has a small time window where the knock-up happens, and it's only a short knock-up. If you don't get the timings correct, you can pull the Stormblade a bit earlier, but you will get maybe 1 or 2 hits less than with the full duration. Also, basic combo is Stormblade in combination with Deathbound. So again, a huge AoE knockup, just in combination with Stormblade again. I mean, you can use Wyvern Blade, and if the mobs are not dying, cast Stormblade direct after that. The only last combo that is available, if it is a combo, is you can cast Annihilation in combination with any other skill. But it works best on single target, because Annihilation, as you can guess, or I showed it before, it's only for the 5 next attacks. So if I hit all these targets here at once, the effect will disappear. And again, yep, effect will disappear. And for now comes my personal DPS combo. So start off with Annihilation, then cast Wyvern Blade, then you do some normal attacks or cast a Death Stinger, then second round again Annihilation, then Gust Slash, followed up by I'm Gunbear, Incoming Bear, and Whirlwind, and then repeat. You can also put in Rising Storm anywhere between when cast time buff reduces cooldown. So after all of that, let's talk about some of the advanced techniques. To start off with them, you have your basic normal attacks. So here chain combo, activate chain combo and fast X attack. And you have a fast attack like this one. You can attack much faster if you press any arrow key in any direction. So if you only attack with normal attacks, your attack speed is slightly higher while doing this here. Also, next thing, I use auto attacks not only for killing monsters, it is mostly used for collecting them. So maybe some hits here and you collected mobs at one space and then finish them off with any other skill, which is much more efficient, because this class has somehow quite high cooldowns, so you need to manage them. And if you get this done efficiently, because you planned everything and all that, then you gain the big DPS and fast clear speed. So yeah. Also, a thing to mention is, when you try to collect mobs, don't do this here. This is just stupid. Instead, do this one. 2 fast X attack with the 2 hit chain combo is the best or the fastest way to collect mobs to one space. I mean, if you can press fast enough, You can spam your chain combo fully, but I would really recommend things that are faster. So do your 2 attacks and then run again to that spot. Also, the next thing is every time you are increasing your attack speed, you also have smaller time windows to activate your next chain combo. So if you go faster with attack speed, the more you have, the less time you have to react to the next chain combo attack pattern. So while you are fighting some mobs, you can do this, and bam. You can use the cut down just to very fastly finish low health monsters. Also worth to mention is you can fall faster with cut down. Here at Feral, for example. Let's say, for example, you have to use something like Stormblade and instantly after this Wyvern Blade. So again, you have the short travel time from top to bottom, and you can skip this a little bit by doing the cut down animation. So at mob groups will look like this. Mobs in the air, boom, and instantly Wyvern Blade. This is just for maybe some frames of skipping, but it is worth it, especially in PvP where you can catch people again off guard. If there is something you want to collect and maybe, oh hey, damn, these mobs got knocked down and you can't collect them to the other monsters, you can use the I'm Gun Bear. This skill does not only stun monsters, it only brings them up to standing position. Ah, wait, that was a bad example. Oop. Directly like this, and you can instantly go and collect your monsters there. So it's like Viagra for mobs here. Bring them instantly to standing animation and go collect them. Again. Like this, whoops, and you can go collect. Because Death Stinger can be cancelled. You can actually do some combos of follow-up attacks with that one. The most popular one is Wyvern Blade while you are into the mobs. So press this, whoops. Yeah, just do a direct follow-up. But I guess also skills like Incoming Bear would work doing the animation. Yeah. You cancel it, but follow-up attacks are useless because of the knockback effect from the skill here. So yeah, the most useful one would be then Wyvern Blade, because this skill catches up every monster at every position if it is in range. Although this class is even faster than Bishop in killing mob groups, especially at endgame dungeons, where the mobs are not one hit. You do less damage to the boss, because the DPS is slower. So in general it is a good balance, in my opinion. Also very important, never ever skill this tree here. Because as soon as you got to air combo launch and all that stuff here, you will blow up a lot of your normal attack combos and all that stuff. So just keep your hands away from that. Next thing is, if your buff speed sucks balls, it is maybe because your champion is male. Change it to female and you get some incredible buff speed maybe as this. Whoops, I messed up. Yeah. But trust me, your cast speed at buffs is a lot faster than the male ones. Just try it out or ask other people. This is a bug since release of Dragonica. And now we will start with the endgame gear, which parts I have equipped and also which one I would recommend for you. So starting with the pet, I choose the Blue Thunder and rolled for 16% crit damage and 16% crit rate. Then next we have the Necklace of the Night cover with the options crit damage, strength and attack speed. Then I go for the Legion head of Destroyer with strength, attack speed and crit damage. Next one is Butler's Shoulders. I choose the one with movement speed, crit rate and crit damage. Then I go for Hero Protector of Stars Cape with crit rate and crit damage. If you have a third option, it is, yeah, it doesn't really matter. It could be evade, aim rate, whatever. But crit rate and crit damage are key here. Then I choose the Hero Protector of Stars top. Next one is Butler Gloves. Here with the strength, attack speed and crit damage option. And also as weapon you can go for Protector of Stars blade, but you can also choose for the Holy Elgar option. Just be sure to get at least the strength option on your weapon. The other stats are optional. Then I go for Belt of 12 Constellations with strength, crit damage and attack option. After that I go for the Hero Protector of Stars bottom. Next are the Butler shoes, and here again with strength, move speed and crit damage. The Ring of the Night cover are next. Here I rolled for attack speed, pure crit rate and aim rate, and again aim rate is optional, but why not taking free stats for both of the rings. Then we have the earrings of the Night cover with crit rate, strength and attack speed. Then for the medal you can go for maybe 24/7 or Ace Trump, but currently the best one is Jarvis. And last but not least I go for the Shield Protector of Stars. Let's continue with the item or gear section. And again, first off we start with the White Barrette, followed up by Thread of Fate necklace, the attack option. Then I choose the bunny beanie. You can also go for the green center head if you have more than 100% crit rate. Then next, high elf magic shoulder guard. After that, for the back, you can choose any back pack or wings with 700 pure crit. Then go for the high elf magic top. Space candy gloves, very important. And the blade of Revenge of Abel. It's a level 35 item or weapon from a big quest line. For the belt I go with the Thread of Fate attack option. Then high elf magic bottom. After that high elf magic shoes. And the two rings Thread of Fate attack option. Then I go for the Wild Rage earring and not the sixth option of the Thread of Fate. After that I choose the class balloon, so it is the Woody balloon or Legend of Champion. And at last, Thread of Fate bracelet or shield, whatever, also the attack option. Now we are at the Soulcraft section. Just take a deep look at what I would choose for the best Soulcraft effects for each of the parts, starting with strength, then agility, then health, and then armor, physical or magical defense. The best working stats for these parts here are strength, agility, health, and evade. Very similar options for the shoes. And here just go for strength, agility, health again, and instead of evade, take movement speed. Next are the accessoires. Try to get on all of these: critical rate, critical damage, strength, and also agility. For the shield or bracelet, try go at the regular one for strength, agility, armor, physical defense, and armor, magic defense. Then for the item wall bracelet, go for strength and agility again. And if you can get lucky, try to get your hands on physical damage and magical damage too. The back and wings are next on this list. Here you want to try to get critical rate, critical damage, strength, and agility. The last and hardest part at the soul crafting could be the weapon, if you're not very lucky. So at your main weapon, try to get critical damage, strength, max physical attack, and min physical attack. For the item or weapon, I would suggest at first go for critical damage, strength, agility, and critical rate. And if you can get your hands on some soul shift stuff from another level 30 weapon, then you can transfer critical damage, strength, max physical attack, and min physical attack. So the same stats as your main weapon. An important tool to even more define your stats on a character. Get some cards and slot them in. For these 4 equipment parts, I would suggest you put in strength socket cards. Then for these 8 set parts, try to get your hands on max HP %, critical rate % socket card. This is a combination card that has both of these stats. The parts shown here are a bit specific, so I would at first go for critical rate % socket cards for all of these 6. And after you are over critting, so you are at over 100% critical rate, then you can exchange partly to critical damage socket cards. The weapons share the same card type, so I would suggest at first picking up the plus attack plus critical rate % socket card, and same thing as before, just upgrade to your attack % plus critical damage % socket card if you are over critting. This is just because critical rate cards are much cheaper than the critical damage cards, so it is even better for beginners. So what I showed you before was my personal setup for what I think you can clear the fastest and are most versatile for all situations that will come to you. But there's also another option. You can switch 2 parts of my choice to other parts here. So if you go from the Butler shoulders and the Hero Protector of Stars top to the Hero Protector of Stars shoulders and armor of the Legion Destroyer with strength and critical damage option, this will cause plus 30% critical damage increase in total. Also, you get more defense, plus 60 strength, and plus 5000 max HP. Also plus 166% HP recovery. But don't forget, this can also be the other way around. So if you switch from the Protector of Stars top and Legion Destroyer parts to the ones I showed you, you gain 35% critical rate instead, also 15 movement speed, plus 3% max HP and 76 health. So it is just up to you. Do you want to have faster clear speed or a bit more damage and survivability? And for the last part here, this is the best part of all, because this is all about fashion. And this look right here is my favorite one. And the items are as following. I just show it here. And if you want, you can try to get your hands on these parts and copy the fashion outfit. And here also effect wise, the aura. Also available here is the Akatsuki part with the head, top, some normal gloves, can be anything. Then this one. Yeah, you can add an aura if you want to. Maybe also changing to this weapon. Yeah, to look much more powerful. The next set I possess is this one. So here the purple mask, and it is nearly the full hardest set. And this aura here for 100 green tickets. My next set of fashion is this here, combined with the golden mask. This is full Apollon set, or at least most of the parts. And here we have Ancient Stone Blade. This is the item or weapon of Aram. This here is my last fashion set, and also my second favorite one. Yeah, it's the blue pretty girl combined with professional skier gloves, just for keeping the blue parts in. And the effects here again come from Undead Born Aura. Yeah, looks like this. You can also unequip this, and on the Blade of Revenge of Abel, I got some of the ice aura effects from this book here, Book of Magical Auras. Just applied it there, and the weapon also looks great with blue setup. And that was it for today, I would say, or for the rest of the week or life, whatever. Maybe we will see us in the next guide. Bye.